Hello, my name is Teacher Bell and welcome to another tips review and tutorial. For today, we are going to look at the 3 apps that we commonly used in our classroom game shows. These apps have boomed during the pandemic, but since then, it has become a normal in every classroom or in any staff or office meetings. So let's check this out. We have compared every feature in these 3 apps, and hopefully this will help you decide which best fits your classroom needs. So let's check this out. So be in the trend with these games because students nowadays are looking for something that's relevant to them or something that interests them. And we are going to look at Kahoot, BLOOKET, and GIMKIT. In terms of student login, in all apps, students can log in via a code. So they don't have to create an account, although they can also join using their own accounts. So in Kahoot, we have here a game pin, and you can also give QR codes. GIMKIT also have game pins or game codes, a QR code, and a link to share to students. And GIMKIT has likewise a game code. Now, only the Kahoot has an app that can be downloadable on both iOS or Android phones. So for student login, I'm going to give all these 3 apps a check. Let's talk about game mode in a student's perspective. Now in Kahoot, you can play it in a classic single player mode or a team mode. It also has themes. Students are on different screens. The teacher controls the pacing of the game show. Whereas in BLOOKET, the student has control over their speed. So they can take it slow or they can fast pace to finish the game. So for BLOOKET, it's just in a single player. It has 14 game modes, and you can change the level of difficulty in some game modes. Students are also in different screens, just like in Kahoot, and again, it has a student control. Now in GIMKIT, it's a single player game. I'm going to show this to you later, but the games have catchy titles based on popular games. You can also change the level of difficulty, and this is something that's not present in Kahoot and BLOOKET. Students can be in a virtual world where they can see each other on the same screen, or they can see their characters on the same screen. And again, it has a student control. Now, let's take a look at Kahoot, BLOOKET, and GIMKIT's game mode. Now for Kahoot, you can change the themes for every game. So just click the themes, and it's just basic themes like winter, spring, summer, autumn. And you cannot set the level of difficulty, or you cannot choose any game mode. So it's just the plain multiple choice question set. Now for BLOOKET, there are 14 game modes. Most popular in my class, at least, is Gold Quest and Battle Royale. So Battle Royale is just like the last man standing. For Gold Quest, you can steal points or gold coins for Gold Quest. There are some modes in BLOOKET where you can actually choose a map setting, and you can change the difficulty level. For GIMKIT, if you play it live, you can also change game modes. If you look at the game modes, the titles are catchy, like Fishtopia, Trust No One. So it's literally like a game. There are modes in GIMKIT where you can also change the level of difficulty. So for this one, it's the floor is lava. So here you can change it from easy to Gimpossible. I wonder, I have not tried Gimpossible yet, but I wonder how difficult would that be. Now, what I like about GIMKIT is when you look at the game modes, they give you a bit of an overview on what the game is about. So for example, Snow Brawl, a preview of what the game will look like. So look for cover or join the battle in an epic snowball fight. So Trust No One, inspired by Among Us, find the imposters and vote them off the ship. So I'm going to vote BLOOKET and GIMKIT. So 2 points for those two. Now for teacher perspective, for Kahoot, you can set it in a way that students can choose their custom characters. And you can also set it in a way that if it's a harder question, then you can assign double points for that one. And of course, it's a multiple choice question. Now, what I don't like about BLOOKET is some game modes have stealing points feature. So now the game should become a game of luck if it's that setup. It's also a multiple choice, but it has extra strategy. So that's a good part for the teacher because students can actually do more strategies. Now, GIMKIT is like an upgraded Kahoot because it is a strategy game as well. And some questions, and students can always answer questions that they get wrong. I think it's the same with BLOOKET. So questions that are in the loop when they got it wrong is somewhat not beneficial for teacher because then students will just memorize the answers. Unlike for Kahoot, where their first choice is their answer. So I'm gonna give Kahoot a check mark on this part. Now, on the creation part, this one goes hand in hand with the game mode on a teacher's perspective earlier. So for Kahoot, you can actually choose the quiz type. We're going to show that later. All of the apps have pre-made sets, and that's a good point for teachers. Now, Kahoot has teaching slides. This is a new feature for Kahoot. I'll show that to you. And it also has a course creator. So this is good for teaching mode. I'm going to give Kahoot a check on this one. Now for BLOOKET, these are some of the advantages. It also has pre-made sets. You can customize the cover for your game. And you can actually import your quiz. So if you have quizzes on an Excel file, then you can import it. Same with GIMKIT. But for GIMKIT, you can import and export. So, okay, so here's for the Kahoot. As you can see, there is a slide here where you can actually insert a slide for a teaching moment after every question. So add a question and then add a slide if you want to teach further the answers to that question. So that's a good point for Kahoot. Now, the question type, you can choose whether it's a quiz, true or false. They can type their answer or a puzzle. You can also choose if it's a poll, a word cloud, drop in, and there are a lot of question type choices. Now for BLOOKET, this is the part where you can upload a cover image for your quiz. And this one is the part where you can import your question set. Now for GIMKIT, this is the part where you can import. So once you click the create, you can choose this one to import your spreadsheet. And also this is where you can copy the question set. So meaning you can copy the text and paste it somewhere in your computer or in Google Docs. Okay, for the time limit, for Kahoot, you can set a time limit only per question, not for the whole game. So for every question, there's a maximum of 4 minutes. In BLOOKET, you can set the whole game for 30 minutes, but you can also individually set a timer for every question. Or instead of setting the time for the game, you can also choose if you want the game to end when students reach their goal. For GIMKIT, it's 59 minutes maximum. And just like BLOOKET, you can also set it in a way that the game will end when students reach your goal. So for this one, I am going to give BLOOKET and GIMKIT their points. So oh, it's a tie, but let's take a look at engagement because this is most important part when you do game shows. Now, for Kahoot, the scoreboard or the leaderboard is displayed for every question. It's not real time. It's not displayed on your computer, just like in BLOOKET and GIMKIT, where students can see their actual plays as they play the game. So it adds up to the excitement and motivation to be at the top. And Kahoot is also more formal and it is inclined to academics because they cannot have another chance to answer the question. It's like a speed game where you get more points when you answer the questions correctly in the fastest time. So for BLOOKET, again, it's real time and any academic level or any student level have equal chances of winning because there are other ways to increase your points or get points. It's the same with GIMKIT. Students are in a virtual world where they can earn cash or be assigned with roles. So it's more engaging if the setup is more realistic. So for engagement, I'm going to give BLOOKET and GIMKIT their points. So 3, 4, 4. Now let's take a look at the game result. So for Kahoot, I love that you can download a detailed data after the game, which is, you can also see it in BLOOKET, but it's not as detailed as in Kahoot. So that's a plus point for Kahoot. For pricing, BLOOKET is the cheapest. So that's an edge for BLOOKET. When do you use these apps? For Kahoot, I do love using Kahoot if I'm giving summative assessments because then it's more formal, it's teacher-led, and there are no other distractions from the game styles and the game strategies. For BLOOKET and GIMKIT, you can use that for formative assessments, for brain breaks, or for assigning homework for the whole week. So those are my perspectives on these 3 apps based on when we were using them. Okay, so hope this helps. And if I missed something, go ahead and put them in the comments so that we can all learn from each other. Thank you for watching and bye.